Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Maroon Mic. I believe this one is one of the most requested, but also one that has been long overdue episodes with none other than Mr. El Presidente himself, Mr. Nahin Kabir. Nahin, how are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Allah. This is probably one of the last episodes for this year.
It
Hope,
is,
inshallah,
yes.
this is something that can be continued over the next few years. But yeah,
Inshallah. I mean, I was hearing some creative ideas from the new presidential candidates and stuff. I'm really excited to see where they take it. And of course, credit to you for starting the initiative. And there is no limits, Yani. And maybe HBK can take it on and carry on and make it, I
yeah.
don't know,
I mean, they're gonna call
some
it
Joe Rogan kind of
blue
thing.
mic or something.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty original, but yeah.
Uh, but yeah, speaking on that, so presidential candidates, right?
No,
What
we're
is
gonna
your
go right in.
feelings? Are you positive that next year will be in good hands, regardless of
Yeah,
who's
yeah. I'm like very positive. Like we have four candidates, like very, very, very strong.
yeah, fair enough, Allah. Allah, it was interesting to see the campaigning because last year was completely different than this year, huh?
Yes, yes. I mean, yeah, because over there, I think I don't even know how to put it. We kind of took it like overboard with campaigning because we're kind of unsure about how much in a disadvantage we are with being away and everything else. But
Yeah,
now they are all in the same playing field. I think they are just looking at how other side is campaigning and then they are going, I don't know. But like, I like it. I like it.
yeah. I found it interesting because you had different types. You had the people that do the bunch of funny reels. You had the Qatari girls, with their creative ideas.
Yes.
It gives us a bit of taste of what could be. And
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, I'm excited to see. I mean, as of right now, the time of recording, we have yet to know who exactly the candidates are, but I believe by the time this episode comes out, we will have known. So I think
Yeah.
it'll be good regardless, honestly. I think all of the
Yeah. I mean, you can say anything you want, by the way. Now the election period is over. We're not campaigning for this party or the other. Like we're safe to discuss. I mean, I don't know if that's on the
exactly, yeah.
agenda, but
No more
let's
voting.
just go.
Voting is done. For anyone
Yeah, voting
listening
is
to
done.
this and questioning when we are recording this, the voting has been
Yeah.
completed. We are just
Halas.
waiting for the results.
We're not taking sides. This.
Yeah. I don't know, but what do you let's go back into, looking at the past year. Obviously, you've been president for a whole new year now, for a whole year now. And give me your overall stuff first. What do you think? Well, how's it feel to finally be done with this? And how does it feel to have been SGA president for this long?
How does it feel? I'll answer in two parts. How does it feel to be finally done with this? It feels amazing. It feels a bit uncertain, but I think this is normal for everyone at a certain stage, but which is fine. But it feels good having finished everything.
Yeah,
Sometimes feel a tiny bit of regret. I feel like, okay, I haven't done probably enough. I should have probably done this or that. No, but that's just me being overly competitive and overly wanting more from myself, which is which puts me in a loophole of never being satisfied, which is sometimes not good. You know what Mbappe said. Sometimes in life I don't want to go back there. So it's something sometimes similar with me. But yeah, I feel good completing everything, sharing moments, sharing classes, courses with a lot of friends, making new memories, making memories that will last me a lifetime and everything. So
yeah,
yeah, really excited for what comes in the future. What
yeah.
about you? I want to ask the same. I know
Uh,
you're the podcaster. I want to know your.
Tough question, honestly. Tough question. The
Yeah.
doors, everyone's saying the doors are wide open, but I don't see any doors. So
Yeah, that's
honestly,
the thing.
wallahi, inshallah, all works out. But as of right now, I'm really unsure about what's gonna happen. which is kind of a bit scary, but يعني whatever Allah's written for me is gonna happen. So we're just trying our hardest to do what we can, applying to unis, applying for jobs, and we'll see what happens, where we end up going, and what ends up coming to us. But honestly, yeah, but
inshallah.
hey, overall, like it's quite sad, honestly. Like the last 4 years has been very, very nice in so many different ways. Of course, ups and downs, and you've had good moments, you've had bad moments, but overall, it's a beautiful and amazing experience. Like honestly, thinking back now at freshman year, I don't think I would have now looking back wanted it to be at any other place besides Texas A&M Qatar because it's a good university.
Um,
It's a very fun university to be in for
tough to
many different
disagree with
reasons.
that. Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of students. Even one of our candidates, like they come from other universities, doing the first year in a different university, or vice versa, doing year in this university and then going back to a different one. This is the same thing as you said. Like
Yeah,
being in this university and any other university is a whole different ballgame. Uh, like academic wise, having fun wise, doing other things wise, having access to a lot of other resources, extracurriculars, and everything. So yeah, even me myself, I was when before coming in as a freshman, I was deciding because I got a very good offer from Qatar University too, with a scholarship and everything. I was deciding should I go, should I stay here, and then, alhamdulillah, I made the right decision.
yeah, I
I
think so.
think I don't regret one bit, so worked out in my favor.
There. Yeah. طب how does it feel to have completed one successful, I think it was successful year of SGA. I mean, do you think it was successful?
I mean, my success depends on what people outside me or my mind say. So you just
There.
deemed me successful, so I will accept it. The thing is, how has it been serving as the president is a broad and difficult question, to be honest. Like, I didn't feel any different being the president, to be honest. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't feel like I have an extra burden than the next guy. I just felt like I have one more job to do, and it's like just like any other job. I took responsibility of serving the Aggies, the people, for 1 year, and that's what I tried to do to the best. And yeah, I don't think anyone can say they wanted a certain thing from our board, not from me personally, our board, and we didn't deliver or something. Our whole mission was to listen to Aggies. That's what we campaign on. We listen to Aggies. We just try to solve their problems. We try to do things for them. And yeah, I don't remember a moment where we couldn't deliver. So I'm pretty happy with how it went.
Yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
it's exactly what you said. I think everything went for us. Like it went smoothly. And honestly, yani, this might be biased saying it, but I really, really think this is one of, if not the best SGAs that has existed over the last few years at least from what I've seen personally. This for so many different reasons. I mean, we've done the job that's expected of us. At least I hope we did. And
Sorry, my vice president called me. I just,
no problem.
yes. And let's continue.
I think also like we've given students what they want in these past last few years of university. Like we've made emphasis on events being, as big as they can be, trying to get people together, doing smaller things like for example this Maroon Mic, and it's just one of the many things that we decided to end up doing, just to bring everyone a bit closer. And honestly, I have felt on and off, but that this final year has brought a lot of people closer together. Whether that's through events, whether that's through, having this shared kind of experience of university closing soon. But I think us as SGA, and alhamdulillah, I think in my eyes at least, I think it was quite successful. But as
Yeah.
SGA president, I was gonna ask you a question. So I mean, you're still the president. Um, what's like something you hope? Is there anything specific that you hope the next batch of president, vice president can take with them from what you've done? Build on that, whether it's building or changing, or let's focus on both. So if there's anything that you feel like they should build on or can build on, but also if there's anything that you feel like, maybe you could have done something differently.
Yeah, that's a good question, which which took me off guard a little bit. Uh, Build on, I would say, or like take something from my experience personally. I would say of being consistent, and sometimes we have coursework, we have this and that, we have research, internships, and whatnot. We try to sway away from our role. So being consistent as a president, even if you're not doing the field work yourself, like I don't know, getting the correct from tea time or correct mechanism, if you don't do the field work yourself, like letting other people also know that this needs to be done, that I think is a very good thing for every president to have. And one more thing, which is I think my specialty, that is being firm and assertive. This is what Miss
Yeah,
Sabina says, quote unquote.
I can vouch for that. Yes.
I'm sure you can. So I think that when I saw other SGAs or other clubs in general, I don't know about SGA last year, that is sometimes missing. And oftentimes what happens is there are some members who does way less than the others. It
Yeah.
necessarily maybe doesn't hurt the SGA or anyone, but like it hurts me in getting the view of myself of how I want to be as a president. I don't want to overburden others way more than someone, especially if they are in the same role. That shouldn't happen for me.
Yeah, makes
Like if
sense.
someone cannot do their role or doesn't want to do their role in a certain way the others are doing, then maybe this is not the right fit.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not, I don't shy away from saying that. I don't shy away from facing that. I don't shy away from letting them know that. So that I think is very important. Like, yes, we all have friends in the board, we have friends like around the university, but if you are the president, and that's one thing you have to have. You have to be very bold. You have to be very to the point. You have to let people know if they're not doing the right thing, if they're doing the wrong thing. So that's a must. So as long as you can do that, people are gonna do things rightly, and people are gonna be on the same page as everyone, and that's when a team succeeds.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
What about anything that you feel like you could have done better? Is there anything that you'd want to change or tell someone to kind of not do that you've done?
Mm, the tough one. I mean, I
If there
found
isn't, that's
some.
good. If there isn't anything, that's good, I guess.
I mean that might be overly optimistic, which is also not not good. But it pops up in my head every now and then, but I can't recall at this exact moment. But I would say sometimes I'm like late with following up. Like sometimes I'm like, if I follow up like two times with someone and they still didn't do it, I'm like, "Khalas, I'm done." Like it's their role; they should do it. Why should I have to follow up so many times? If they don't do it, I give them a strike or something. Maybe I can be more lenient or something. I mean, I know it goes against my point of being firm and assertive, but I don't really know. I don't. Yeah,
Like
maybe that.
like where exactly to draw the limits, maybe?
Yeah, yeah. Like I think I did a decent job, but I don't know if it can be done better. Really, I'm not sure myself, to be honest.
Yeah. I
It's a
think
very subjective thing, and I think, oh yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do you think it'll help next year considering the board is smaller? Because I mean the things you're mentioning they're kind of related to or they become more common when you have like a larger board. You get my point? Like
Yeah,
there's always
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be more people to take care of. Do you think that's something that's gonna be easier? Probably.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're taking care of 10 instead of 20, which is like literally half,
Yeah.
you can literally have, for example, we kind of had a personal relationship with everyone. Like we knew what this person is doing, that person is doing outside academics only. So
Yeah.
that was not possible for me in SGA because there's too many people. So I couldn't know everyone's schedule. For example, when I was in SME, I used to know everyone's schedule. I used to know when they're busy, when they're not, and how to delegate tasks and everything else like that. But that was like way too much for SGA for a 20-member board. So in that case, dividing members by groups and those sort of things, I divided one by academic reps and then the other one by board member, committee chair, and those sort of things. And so that needs to be in place for a 20-member board, which I don't think needs to be there, quote unquote, for a 10-member board.
Yeah.
So I think they can take advantage of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So do you think there's any, I mean, is it going to be harder? Do you think? Like in some parts, Akid, it's going to be harder. I mean, you have less people to designate tasks to. I mean, it's probably going to be like more commitment required from those 10 people because there's no more other people to take care of things, isn't there?
Yes, yes and no. It depends on how they strategize, to be honest. Because I was thinking about this recently, and I was feeling like SGA per se, like not other orgs, like as for SGA, we probably don't need to do the smaller scale events. Like if you look at the smaller scale events, like the Family Feud or Ping Pong with professors, or even the online events we're doing now. I know it's online; it's not the same
Yeah,
thing. We barely have any turnout in these events. So these events are really not wanted, and we spend money on it and those sort of things. Maybe like if I had one more semester, I would probably give it a try. That we only do the big events. We spend or invest manpower, resources, everything on the big ones like Agri Festival, Desert Safari, and all those, and then we don't do the small scale events at all because we don't get turnouts like 10 people shows up. Okay, that means it doesn't make a difference in the university. As SGA, what we do is we make big events, we do big things for a large number of population in the university, but seems like the smaller scale events, the events by reps, it doesn't attract much people. So that's what if they take an approach like that, then I think it's not going to be as hard. But like if they want to take a more holistic approach like we did this year, then it's going to be a bit different. Yeah.
yeah, it makes
and
sense.
all, yeah, and also it might not be. It depends on who are the board members in the board. So, for example, if we look at any SD or any group in general of 20 people, you will have like seven that works very hard,
True,
like that works very hard, and that does 7 out of 20 will do 80% of the work.
true, yeah,
So, if those 10 are really good, they don't need anyone else.
yeah, true,
that's that's where I'm coming from. That's
yeah.
yeah,
That makes sense. Makes sense, honestly. But a
yeah.
bit of a different reroute of things. Because SGA is not the only thing that you did, right? I mean, you were quite busy with some other things, whether that's ASME, TPC. How does ASME compare? I know you were only president for one semester technically. I mean, two
Yeah.
officially, but one technically. What's the difference? What's the main difference? How does this one differ from the other one?
One of the major difference is that when I was SME president, I was a first time president. So I didn't really have a lot of man management skills. And
Mhm.
then when I came to SGA, I've already been president one semester. So it's still one semester, but it was not a bad semester. For SME, we did a lot of things with you as vice president, of course.
Yeah,
Uh, so I learned a lot from there. So that's why SGA, I think, was more of a smooth run for me. But ASME, it was a bit more difficult, but I think it was a very good learning experience. And yeah, and I think also the difference is in ASME, everyone is mechanical students, so they're very busy. So that sometimes is kind of challenging for. It was challenging for me because it goes back to my point that I wasn't very good at man management, so I couldn't manage everyone under me very well. That's why sometimes a lot of work came on me myself, and I have to do them. So I kind of changed it around. I kind of like sat down with myself, studied how to manage someone of these characteristics or someone else with that characteristics, and that's what I utilized in SGA. So that's, I think, experience is the biggest differentiator. And for TPC,
yeah,
to go back to TPC, TPC, like without any filter, is my favorite club club in the university, especially when Tasneem was here. Not only because how hard they work and what they and how hard they work and how much they do, but like the way they do things and the
yeah,
things that they do, like donation and like I don't know collaboration with ALDP here and there, iftar for workers, and then I don't know fundraising for the uh, camp of children from Gaza and those sort of things. So hands down, TPC is my favorite, and when I was there especially, I really enjoyed doing it. So
yeah.
yeah, that's
Makes
what it
sense.
is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now if I remember if you did anything else. So I think that covers it, right? Like ASME, TPC, SGA. But did you do anything in high
Flow,
school, or was there
oh,
anything?
flow assurance. I mean,
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
yeah, yeah. Wahid, I hope you're not watching. Okay. Yeah, high school. That's a good topic you brought up, by the way. I was talking about in convention. By the way, the SJEC convention was really fun. If you want to ask me about it, you can go in detail later.
Well,
I was really sad
that's the
that
next
you
topic.
next topic. I was really sad that you missed it. But anyway, high school leadership in high school was completely different. Like you know how in high school there's like houses like yellow house, blue house, red house, and I don't know what's the other house, green house.
Yeah.
So I was in grade 11, in year 11, they choose the house leaders for that year. So I was choosing the house leader for yellow house.
Okay.
But like it felt like the advisor, for example, it's Miss Sabina for SGA, it was Dr. Al Bakri for ASME. So we had an advisor in our yellow house. She's a very uh, very good teacher, very friendly teacher, very nice all around. But in that role specifically, she took over most of the part. Like I really did anything.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I don't like as much from my school. They don't give much power to the students to experience leadership. So even though I was a leader in school, I didn't feel any. I learned zero. I didn't do anything. So you can say, yeah. I mean, in school, how it's considered is like whoever's house wins, whichever house wins. So that teacher beat that teacher. It's a competition between teachers. I mean,
Yeah.
teachers don't get paid extra for winning, but I don't know
Ego
why it's
ego
paid.
competition.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's high school.
But I mean, that's teachers and high school students. What about, I mean, going to the SGA EC convention? Because I mean, you saw SGAs from everywhere. You saw like presidents from all the other unis, vice presidents. Uh, of course, everyone's gonna have their own different kind of style of how things go. But like, what's the main difference with regards to leadership styles and how they are as leaders? Because obviously you had those experiences in Texas A&M, being ASME, being in TPC. They probably had something completely different. Did you notice something significant that was like different between you and them, or you as in like
Uh,
us Texas students, not you particularly?
yeah, it was like a 1 day conference, so I didn't spend so much time with them to understand like in depth of how they operate as a leader.
Yeah,
Uh, but like just from talking to them, I felt like the Georgetown president, vice president, and them was a bit different than everyone else because they're a political university as a whole. Their majors are political stuff. I don't even know what the terminologies are, but like political stuff here.
yeah,
So they had a whole different approach than everyone else. You know, the question answer that Salah was asking for an activity in the SGA training. Would you rather be respected or I don't know,
correct. Yeah,
yeah, or respected or
or
likable
loved
or
or
like
something. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
you are
love, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
something. Yeah,
So
yeah,
those sort of questions, not exactly that, but those sort of questions, like all the other SGS was in one side, GUQ was in always in the other side. Like their mindset was completely different,
yeah.
and it comes from the fact that in their university, every student cares a lot about what their SGA is doing. So if you're in the SGA, you are probably more important than a very high level official in the university itself. Like they go to you. No one complains to their Miss Sabina or their Mr. Miguel
They
or
go
their
straight to the
whoever.
SGA.
SGA. It all falls on the SGA. That's what it felt like. Of course, I'm assuming partly here, but that's what it says.
Yeah,
So it comes to them. So they have to handle it, and they have to take decisions based on what every student will like, or the most neutral decision ever. They don't want to be in the wrong side of anyone. Very safe side of everyone, and those sort of things. And yeah, and there was another university that said that their SG experience in university is like my high school experience. Like they had an advisor who does everything. I was very surprised.
yeah.
Like I was
University.
actually,
You're supposed to
huh?
be independent students. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I was actually in the lunch table with the gentlemen and the ladies. So the first question they asked me is, how much is Messina involved in your SGA meetings and stuff? I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, weird question, but okay. She gives feedbacks on our ideas. She contributes to ideas. She does everything that an advisor should
He
do, and
advises. She
yeah, she
advises.
advises like,
Yeah.
and she does it really well.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know where they're going with that question, but it's fine. And then they're like, our our advisor, she does everything from making the meeting to conducting the meeting to telling everyone what to
She
do.
is the SGA.
Like, yes, yes. And our president just sits there in the chair in the back of the class and then nods her or his head. I'm
Interesting.
like, wow, I would
Interesting.
hate to be in that uni. I mean, in the
Honestly,
SGA, UNICEF.
makes you appreciate what we're doing, huh? I
Yes,
mean, that's how it's
yes,
supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be.
yeah, exactly. No, and I was very surprised that like they did stand up against it like earlier. So I was telling them, I was advising them to like stand up. I mean, not protest or fight or anything like that, but at least say it in a convincing manner that this is not nice. I mean, I would much rather be not in an SGA than an SGA like that. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't learn anything. So
makes sense.
that's kind of sad. Yeah.
Talking about like experiences that you've had, but in a different direction. Obviously, study abroad, you went with me, and it was this kind of
Yes.
same situation where you see a lot of people around you that have the completely different like way of doing everything than what you are. What did you kind of take out of that? Because I talked to Salah about this. I talked to, I mean, privately to basically all the guys about this. We have a lot of conversations about this. But yeah, what did you take out of it?
Uh, what did I take out of it?
Good grades.
I took a good grades, yes. Yeah, and each semester I took away Chick-fil-A sauces, which I didn't know existed in Qatar, by the way. Pretty dumb of me.
Yeah.
I, I packed up my bag with Chick-fil-A sauces, and then Salah is like, you can buy it in Qatar. I'm like, what? Okay, he's calling again. Talking about Salah, he's calling again.
Salah,
Talk
this
to him
guy
later.
doesn't want to stop calling.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Other than that, like realizing their culture and people and them, I don't know. It felt like for example, we went to New York and Washington in spring break, right? It felt like a very busy city. It felt like everyone is going crazy. It's very busy and everything like that. Everyone is rushing. They're driving like crazy. They're driving like Qatar, like Najma. They're driving like they're in Najma or something. They wanna get to the saloon first or whatever.
Uh,
But in college station is completely different. It's like
yeah.
very chill, very calm because it's a college city. So yeah, I didn't feel so bad, especially living with you guys. I've heard also stories from others that went there alone or even with friends. They didn't like it at all. They're like maximum 2 weeks and I'm done with this place. I
Yeah.
don't like the people, the culture, the food, the anything. I'm like, I
So
kind of understand you.
would you go back, like to continue?
I mean, if I need to, yes. If I have
It's,
options, probably not.
so it's not a top priority.
Oh no. I mean, for one, it yeah, of course it goes against a lot of my values, my morals, my ethics, and everything else. So that's one thing. I wouldn't want to live in a non-Muslim, non-Islamic country unless for education of for a short while. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's
Valid,
the
honestly.
main reason. Is
طب,
any different for yeah? Go
you
ahead.
asked me earlier. I'm gonna ask you back. What are your plans?
What are my plans? I will reply. My reply is the same as yours. Inshallah,
Oh, we are so
inshallah.
quick, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. It's not.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
طب,
We'll figure it out.
last last but not least, the question that everyone gets on this podcast, because we are kind of approaching towards the end of it. It
Yeah.
was maybe a bit of a shorter episode, but honestly, I think we're all tired of this university.
Yes, and
So
it's like what?
we'll keep this one a bit
Yeah.
shorter, but I have probably the most important question to you. I asked this everyone on this podcast. I'm sure you've heard it before. Maybe you have an answer for it. Maybe you'll need to think about it. But what is one experience in your life, as significant as it can be to yourself, that has truly taught you a message or taught you a lesson that you believe a lot of people can learn from?
Oh, wow. I don't like these questions. Uh,
I know I've talked to you before. In 4 years, I haven't really gotten a seriousness out of you. Time to
yeah,
change.
I don't really like to talk about myself a lot, especially in front of camera now. Let me think. Let me think. What
Yeah,
experience has taught me?
anything that people can actually take away from, like what's something that changed you, impacted you in a way where, I mean, maybe it's a general thing. Like you don't have to give details on it if you don't want to. I mean, it's completely up to you, of course. Uh, but in general, like what's a lesson that you learned in your life through whatever experience that you feel like a lot of people can learn from as well?
Hmm.
It could be like morally, religiously, values, anything.
Yeah, I'll take the easy path, like religiously, if you say,
Yeah.
like having having tawakkul. I was watching this video of Khabib. We all know the MMA fighter. I was watching his video, and he was talking about having tawakkul, like having the belief in Allah. A lot of times we work very hard, we don't get what we want, and then we kind of it kind of demotivates us, and we kind of fall back. Like having tawakkul means having the trust in Allah that we will eventually get what we work hard for. And I think that in my tough times have helped me, have done magic for me, have done wonders for me.
Yeah.
So even sometimes, even like a lot of times when I get a lot of things, like I don't know, when I do a 4.0 semester, when I do some good things, I feel like I haven't done enough good in my life to deserve this. Why does Allah think I deserve this? So
Yeah.
having tawakkul and having praying to Allah for the things you have, and having a, I don't know, satisfactory mindset, having saying always saying Alhamdulillah for anything small or big or anything. I think that takes us a long way. It's not a personal experience, but a lesson every
Honestly,
step of the way.
it's a valid thing. It's a very honest and valid thing. I think you could probably even apply it to, let's say, people that aren't Muslim or people that aren't, as um, strongly religious. But in general, I think the idea of acceptance and more like, it is what it is. Let's move on from it. Like this is like kind of to follow on what you were saying. A friend of mine a couple of years ago, like 2 3 years ago, I was going through something and some experience that happened to me, and he was telling me, "Akhi, Hassan, there's this mindset you enter, or you're supposed, or like you should try to enter. It's called the so what mindset. And the reason it's called so what mindset is because every time something happens to you, you ask yourself, so what? Um, and that's essentially, I mean, in its essence, similar to what you were saying. And they're like, it is what it is. Move on from it. Something else will happen. Yani, this is meant to happen. It is meant to be whatever it is. And you say to yourself, so what? And if you get a bad grade, obviously, if you get a bad grade and you worked hard for it, not you get a bad grade and you didn't study, because that's on you. But let's say you studied a lot and you take the exam and you get a bad grade, you're like, you know what? So what? It's probably supposed to happen. I don't know, for whatever reason. Akid, there's some explanation for it. I'll move on from it. Next thing. So, but yeah, going back to what you were saying, Annie, having tawakkul, having faith in Allah and trusting the process, kind of. I think it takes you a long way. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
a
agree.
that's a
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
I think it's a what your friend was talking about was a very old Greek philosophy of Stoicism. Like the title is, we cannot control what happens to us. We can control how we react to anything that happens to
exactly.
us.
Yes, correct.
And we always have to have a positive mindset towards what happens to us. And once we have that, the past we cannot change it, so forget about it. Analyze why it happened, how it shouldn't repeat again, and
Yeah,
then take the next step.
exactly.
So that's very important also, especially for people like me, you, us, who does a lot of things. We have our academics, SGA, research, this and that, job search, PhD, emailing professors, and everything. We cannot, if we reflect on the past, boom, there's an opportunity missed or something like that. We have to be always like, we have to have that mindset. So that's a good reminder. Thank you.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, even though I talk to you almost every day, this was one of the better conversations that we've had. I'm happy
That's
that
a
you.
good thing or a bad thing?
No,
Okay.
that's a very good thing, and
Okay.
you can interpret it how you want
Okay.
it.
Okay.
No, no, but
Okay.
I'm. Thank you for taking your time, Allah. I know that we are
For
very
sure.
busy, especially now that we've submitted all our assignments and taken all our exams. We're busy with
Yeah,
not
we're
wanting to
busy
start
having fun.
university.
Yeah.
Exactly, we're busy having fun.
We're busy having fun.
But yeah, thank you for being on it. I'm
Of
sure a lot
course.
of
Thank you
people are
for
going to be
having
very
me on.
happy with having listened to you. And one final thing, if you have any message, for the next batch of SGA as well as students, I mean, you are the president. Speak to the people, tell them what you have to say.
My message is specifically to the president and vice president. The leadership of the SGA will be always never forget your roots. Never forget why you are in this position in the first place. You are here to serve. Uh, you are here to for the well-being of the Aggies. So that's what you need to consider and care for the most. So any decision you make, if in the back of your mind you have that, okay, what is going to be the best for all the Aggies as a collective, the decision most of the time, 99.9%, is going to be the right one. Or sometimes very common. I have seen it happen myself. Someone will have in mind, okay, what is going to be the best thing to do so my such and such friend or friends can benefit the most out of it. Like, okay, I don't know, my friends want this out of my event, or they want this music to be played in Aggie Festival. Okay, let me just play it regardless of what a thousand other restaurants is wanting. So that's not what everyone does, but uh, people commonly do it. So if they have that mindset and always try to do the betterment of it in a neutral way, like not taking this side or that side, and being equal with everyone, life will give them back, and they will be satisfied with themselves. They will know that they didn't do any wrong, and yeah, that's a very big thing, which is unfortunately missing in a lot of people. So yeah, that's for the SGA and for the students for the graduating class. I don't want to make it a commencement speech. Okay, hello.
We'll keep this as separate, just so that we can, click
Okay,
it up later and put it on Instagram.
hello,
But I will
hello.
ask you, what is your final message as SGA president before the announcement of the new SGA president for the Texas A&M Qatar Aggies that are remaining for the next year?
Wow, you put me on the spot here. Let me do a quick chat GPT. I mean, we have two batches left, two and a half maybe. We have a graduating class, so congratulations to the graduating class. You have worked. I don't want to make it a commencement speech, but you have worked very hard over the last 4 years. So take it all in. I know we can't enjoy as much as we wanted because of online and everything. Enjoy with your family, enjoy with the friends that are closest to you, and we are trying to get the photos and everything back open soon, and hopefully we see you in convocation and commencement. So that is my wish for you guys and for the juniors and below. You have one more year, so try to make the best of it. You are living in the last year of TAMUQ, a very historic university in Qatar, might I add, and which is not an exaggeration at all. Like, if you ask around Qatar for a lot of purposes, for engineering, for events in general, among we have for sports in general, we have won football tournaments probably like 70, a good 70% of them. Cricket maybe not so much, but other sports also basketball, a lot of them. So we have been a vital part of the university culture in Qatar. So you are living the last year of it. Try to make it eventful. Try to make the most of it and take it all in. Enjoy the last year, and yeah, try to have a great ending. And invite us for alumni stuff here and there. Okay, we'll come back to you. So yeah,
Well, with that, I want to say thank you again, and I think we can call it quits here.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
خلصت؟
خلصت